Tinseltown, where fame and fortune often mask a deeper reality. Behind the glitz and glamour lie tales of diabolical masterminds and cold-hearted actors who have immortalized unforgettable stories on the silver screen. But here's the catch. The judgment isn't solely ours to make. Brace yourself to find out the sinister stories of the 10 most notorious actors in Hollywood's past. Number 1. Kirk Douglas, the hero who wasn't. This man wasn't merely another pretty face. Growing up amidst turmoil, Douglas found solace in the limelight. Despite a turbulent home life, his passion for acting ignited during his high school years, where he discovered the tangled web of scandal that would shadow him throughout his career. Douglas's personal life mirrored the complexity of his on-screen characters. His relationships and rumored affairs painted a portrait of a man torn between heroism and villainy. Unfortunately, reports emerged of him mistreating Natalie Wood. Allegedly, the 15-year-old Wood was invited to Douglas's room, where she purportedly spent hours before being abruptly dismissed and threatened if she spoke out. Although this account remains unverified, it surfaced publicly after Douglas's passing. Douglas openly acknowledged being perhaps the most unpopular actor in Hollywood, attributing it to his challenging upbringing. He was known for his controlling demeanor on movie sets, famously dismissing the director of Spartacus after just 1 week and attempting to micromanage Stanley Kubrick during Paths of Glory. Number 2. Mickey Rooney, the child star who grew up cruel. His real-life demeanor stood in stark contrast to the wholesome characters he portrayed on screen. Described as blisteringly bombastic and exhibiting traits such as abrasiveness, nastiness, curtness, and rudeness, Rooney's behavior left much to be desired. Even after filming concluded, his unprofessional conduct persisted, making it challenging to collaborate with him. In a particularly troubling incident during the filming of National Velvet in 1944, Rooney's treatment of Elizabeth Taylor drew criticism. Reports surfaced that he took advantage of the teenage star and later denied even knowing her, dismissing her as entitled and questioning her talent. Following Rooney's passing, revelations emerged about his unkind treatment and negative remarks regarding many of his colleagues throughout his career. This portrayal shattered the illusion of Rooney as the amiable character often depicted on screen. His transition from child star to adult actor encountered challenges, with some critics doubting his ability to establish credibility in more mature roles. Additionally, his portrayal of Asian characters, notably in Breakfast at Tiffany's, ignited significant backlash for perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Number 3. Faye Dunaway, the chaos behind the beauty. In the glittering landscape of Hollywood, where stars shine and dreams are spun, lurks a figure whose legacy resonates with tales of chaos and disdain. Faye Dunaway, renowned for her captivating performances, also etched a reputation as one of Hollywood's most troublesome personalities. Reports emerged of Dunaway's abrupt departure from the Broadway-bound play, accompanied by allegations of physical altercations and fostering a hostile environment. A first-hand account from someone who collaborated with Dunaway revealed that rather than staging a slap during a scene, Dunaway purportedly struck this individual across the cheek for real. Broadway wig designer Paul Huntley recounted an incident where Dunaway expressed dissatisfaction with the presentation of hairpins, resulting in her slapping his assistant's hand. According to the book Easy Riders and Raging Bulls, during the filming of Chinatown, Dunaway allegedly engaged in peculiar habits such as urinating into trash cans and displaying a disdain for flushing toilets. The book further claims that Dunaway once threw a cup of liquid, purportedly filled with urine, at director Roman Polanski during a disagreement. Number 4. Orson Welles, the genius who hated everyone. Actor, director, or whatever label you prefer, Orson Welles, a cinematic visionary renowned for groundbreaking films like Citizen Kane, harbored a lesser-known dark side. Resurfaced from long-lost tapes, Wells's candid conversations with friend and director Henry Jaglom unveil a contrasting facet of the Hollywood luminary. In these private recordings, Welles held nothing back, dubbing Laurence Olivier as dim-witted, Spencer Tracy as indictive, and Charlie Chaplin as horrid. His disdain extended to Bette Davis, whom he admitted he couldn't bear to watch, and James Stewart, whom he criticized as a subpar actor. Despite his cinematic brilliance, Welles grappled with the constraints of the studio system, frequently encountering financial hurdles for his projects. His disdain for actresses such as Bette Davis and Jennifer Jones reverberated through the tapes with scathing critiques of their abilities. Number 5. Errol Flynn, the swashbuckling scoundrel. Born in 1909 in Tasmania, Errol Flynn's upbringing was anything but conventional. Raised amidst the wildlife of kangaroos and Tasmanian devils, Flynn's adventurous spirit was ignited from an early age. However, trouble seemed to shadow him wherever he roamed. Expelled from school at 17, Flynn embarked on a journey to New Guinea, where he dipped his toes into various professions ranging from diamond smuggling to pearl diving. In 1942, Flynn faced allegations of assault from young women, igniting a media firestorm that tarnished his reputation. Despite the trials and tribulations, Flynn's arrogance remained unyielding, even amidst the courtroom drama. Ultimately acquitted, Flynn's legacy embodies both triumph and tragedy. His escapades on and off screen solidified his status as a Hollywood icon, but also unveiled the darker side of fame and fortune. Number 6. Peter Sellers, the troubled genius. In Hollywood's classic comedies, Peter Sellers illuminated the screen as Inspector Clouseau, the hapless detective of the Pink Panther series. Yet beneath the laughter and on-screen brilliance lurked a troubled genius. Director Blake Edwards found Sellers challenging to collaborate with. Peter was, in a word, eccentric. He conversed with his deceased mother and carried her shrine wherever he went. Sellers believed that his wild antics fueled his creativity, fearing that without such spontaneity, the comedy would suffer. His unconventional methods frequently disrupted filming, leaving Edwards exasperated. There were periods when they went without speaking, resorting to communicating through their assistants. Despite their tumultuous relationship, their collaborations produced box office hits, including 5 Pink Panther films and the 1968 classic The Party. Number 7. Wallace Beery, the bully behind the smile. Despite the carefully crafted public image of Wallace Beery as a warm-hearted everyman, meticulously shaped by studio publicity, the truth behind the scenes was far from endearing. Contrary to his on-screen persona, Beery's treatment of his colleagues, particularly young performers, was notoriously harsh. Incidents of physical aggression towards juvenile actors like Mickey Rooney exposed the grim underbelly of Hollywood's golden age. Despite enduring such mistreatment, Mickey Rooney surprisingly expressed admiration for Wallace Beery, revealing a nuanced and complex relationship between the two. Gloria Swanson's early encounter with Beery unveils the unsettling power dynamics prevalent in Hollywood. Despite the significant age gap and Swanson's discomfort, Beery's influence loomed large over their interaction. Number 8. Bing Crosby, the cold father. The actor isn't just renowned for his legendary voice and timeless classics like White Christmas. He's also a figure veiled in mystery and controversy, particularly concerning his family life. At first glance, Bing Crosby appeared to embody charm and charisma. However, behind the curtain, his relationship with his children paints a contrasting narrative. His son Gary Crosby once disclosed how Bing was seldom present during their upbringing. Bing harbored a fear of his children succumbing to the typical Hollywood lifestyle, further estranging them. Despite his iconic stature, Bing Crosby's personal life bore imperfections. The tragic passing of his son Lindsay and battles with alcoholism illuminated fame's darker underbelly. Bing Crosby's stoic demeanor remained until the end. Number 9. Henry Fonda, the all-American fraud. For more than 5 decades, Henry Fonda endeared himself to audiences as the quintessential embodiment of American virtue on the silver screen. From his poignant portrayal of a migrant worker in The Grapes of Wrath to his compelling role in 12 Angry Men, Fonda epitomized the beloved everyman of Hollywood. However, beneath the facade of the all-American hero lay a troubled and tormented private world. Contrary to his public image, Fonda was self-absorbed, uncomfortable with displaying emotions, and far from the lovable figure he appeared to be. The revelation? Fonda's history of infidelity spanning 4 of his 5 marriages. His enduring love affair with Lucille Ball was touted as the pinnacle of his romantic life, yet he remained unfaithful throughout the majority of his marriages. Despite his portrayal as a devoted family man, Fonda's children Jane and Peter often felt neglected by their father. Number 10. The legacy of Hollywood's dark side. And that concludes our countdown of the 10 most notorious actors in Hollywood history. These stars, who brought joy and inspiration to millions through their performances, lived lives that often contradicted their public images. From Kirk Douglas's controlling nature to Errol Flynn's scandalous behavior, from Wallace Beery's cruelty to Bing Crosby's emotional distance. These stories remind us that the line between hero and villain was often blurred in Hollywood's golden age. In an era where studios controlled every aspect of a star's image, the truth about these actors remained hidden behind carefully constructed facades. Some were abusive, some were controlling, some were simply difficult to work with. But whether through their art or their actions, they left an indelible mark on Hollywood history. If you enjoyed this video about Hollywood's darker side, hit that like button and subscribe for more untold stories. And drop a comment, which of these actors shocked you the most? See you in the next one.